I'm going to make an offer on a house today. The realtor is going to walk the property for me at 10 a.m. The seller says that there's a rental agreement for $945 per month until April 2023. Nice. What are contingencies you ask for when making an offer a house and they claim it comes with a renter, rental income, rental agreement, deposit, anything else? So the deposit has to come along. You'll likely get that back on the HUD. And then if you can verify the lease, that should sum it up. And then I would just make sure that you get, honestly, keys are one of the hardest parts, getting the keys. And then also make sure that you get the resident's phone number and email address. Those are the three most forgotten, probably because they're so basic. And oftentimes when things get complicated, we look over the basic stuff. So keys, phone number, email address, those are the things that I would want. And then from there, I mean, if you've got the lease that states the rental amount, then that's solid. And then as far as contingencies go, we really just make it contingent on the walkthrough. Man, I keep looking at the wrong camera. We generally just make it contingent on the walkthrough. If everything looks good, I mean, you've got some construction experience, so I don't know if you're going to be able to like FaceTime with the realtor while the realtor's walking through it. I don't know if, it's worthwhile to make a special trip out here to walk through it for yourself after you put the offer on and get it accepted. And I think that would probably be pretty smart if you're able to do that. FaceTime. Sweet. Yeah, so then I would just recommend that once you get it under contract, just to come on out here and look at it yourself. It is generally not a good idea to buy properties without seeing them first. In some cases, especially since this is a new relationship with that realtor, I would recommend not necessarily just taking their word for it if you have the ability to come on out here. Other than that, sounds like a good deal. What's the purchase price on it? $950. That's a solid rental price. That seems, I don't know how many bedrooms it is or what size it is, but that seems like it's up to market. And then 70,000 is a good price. They'll probably take that if they're serious about selling it. Yeah, 70,000 for a $945 return. That's pretty good. I think I'd probably do that. 70,000. Again, I'm not familiar with that market here. 70,000 would be pretty close to, well, not anymore. Now these properties are worth like 80 to 95,000. It's really tough to adjust everything I know about what's the square footage? 3.1. I recently walked 3.1 and it was like 700 square feet. I still don't fully understand how they fit 3 bedrooms in 700 square feet. So tight. But I'm assuming it's not one of those. Assuming this is like 1,500 square feet, I think that's a really solid deal. Even 1,200, really good deal. Yeah, 1,248 makes sense. Basement? Most of these things have basements. That's a big house if it's got a basement. So yeah, you're onto something. Just rough numbers, back of the napkin analysis. It's a good job. It's a good purchase. And then I think, one of the things that I think is really not it's not looked over too much. It's not talked about too often, is I really think that just as important as finding a good deal, I mean, the financing can make or break you. So if you're able to get some really solid financing on it, like right now, if you go like that traditional loan route, then you're getting a good rate. You're still probably going to be under 4%, maybe under 5%. So that's really good long-term money. We recently got creative on the financing side with that small house that we're buying today, where the purchase price was $29,000, which is, likely more than we should pay for that property. But the owner of it is giving us $21,000 at closing. So we're going to finance $50,000 at 8% over 15 years. So it's fully amortized. So from that perspective, we're going to have to come out of pocket for some money on these closing costs, which is fine. I mean, not on the closing costs, but on the rehab costs. But again, we're like from day one, we're on long-term financing. So I think the monthly payment is going to be somewhere around the $450 mark. And again, that's amortized over 15 years. So even when like numbers don't necessarily work on deals, you can get some appropriate financing on the backside to make it work, if you've got somebody interested in being creative with you. Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question.
And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.